We're on a late season bow hunt here, I think in Illinois, set up in the woods, but I think deer coming to a pick crop field or even a food plot. This late season bow hunting is increasingly popular. I mean, that's when more and more people are going out. Is that because the deer are most patternable then?
You know, I think they are patternable, but I really got to be honest, that early season September time period, when they're on that hard summer feeding, that's also a really good time. What you got to remember in the late season is if it's not cold and it's not snowy, those bucks don't necessarily have to come out to eat. Right. But if it's cold and snowy, they've dropped 20 to 25% of their body weight through the course of the rut. And that cold weather will drive them to food, and I think that's what we're seeing right here.
And the key is the cold weather drives them out into the food early. If the temperatures are warm and it's not as critical that they get the food, they're coming out at night to feed. You're not going to see a mature buck like this on the field.
And you and I have hunted Iowa, for example, that late season,
right.
And we've seen it perfectly there. When it's warm, 40 degrees for highs in the daytime, not a lot of snow, those big bucks won't move because they can get the calories they need from dark to sunrise.
But that's the other thing is patternable, I'd say, in location, but the time of the day, if it's cold, you better be there all day because that buck could come out anytime and he might come out more than once.
He could come out anytime, and especially when it's sub-zero, it really forces them to food at that point because they know it's all about survival at that time period. And if I've been sitting in that tree probably as long as Pat has and as cold as it is, I'm gonna shoot.
This guy's looking pretty good right now, absolutely.
I think this deer, you know, he's not moving real fast, that shot opportunity's there. That deer right now, he's looking beyond the woods, out to the other deer feeding on the food plot. Nothing has got his attention except what's in front of him, and Pat's in a great setup here to make a shot.
Now he's 21 yards away, but we've froze him mid-step. I mean, we can see that off foreleg is in mid-air. At 21 yards, no wind, the buck is totally unaware that you're there. Are you going to stop him?
I'm not going to stop him because at this time of the year, that deer, I believe we're in Illinois here, that deer's been hunted how many seasons? 4 or 5 different seasons already. I'd be just afraid it would tee him up. If anything, I would have maybe put some scent out earlier when I got into the stand to stop him right in that spot, just to pause him. But this deer isn't moving that fast. So I think all you gotta do is slide that pin just a little farther forward into the shoulder before you cut loose, and it's gonna come right back into the pocket at the speed he's moving.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow through. You need to keep your bow moving. Yeah, he's at a slow gait, very predictable.
Even as a beginner, I'm taking this shot too and just let him walk.
And you can see here, Pat made a perfect shot. He
absolutely perfect.
The arrow penetration went clean through the chest cavity. Yep. So this deer's running on empty right now.
His timing was absolutely perfect. That he let the arrow go just as that leg was going forward, and the arrow just slipped right into the vitals.
This deer right now, again, his gas tank's hitting that E, and that little red light's coming up, and he's wondering where he's going to get some cheap gas like all the rest of us. Oh, that's a good-looking deer. You know,
it is.
A lot of guys think of Illinois, you know, you're going to wait for that 200-inch deer, but 200-inch deer, they're not around every tree. This is a good-looking mainframe 4x4 with some stickers. It's actually a 5x4, I guess, and I'm shooting on that deer every chance I get.
Absolutely.